Hey everybody, Logan here. It's now been a year since the Gamesir G7 SE was announced and released. I've had mine for around 7 or 8 months, so I figured, you know what? Let's go back, let's review it again, let's see if it still holds up, especially since Gamesir has announced its official successor, which is called the G7 HE. What's the difference? Well, if you look at this, all the buttons, membrane. The new one, the HE, will all be mechanical. But is it worth buying the new one, or should you still get this one now? Since it's been out a year, I've got my opinions and my experiences with it. How about I just go over it with you? We'll look at the controller and I'll tell you a bit more. And I'll tell you some of the things that I've liked, some of the things I've disliked, some of the things that have, well, happened with it, and some of the things that, well, are just good. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so let's take a closer look. It is not wireless, if that's what you guys are asking. Type-C still holds up, still great. This is the braided cable that it comes with. As you can see, after almost a year, no problems. I always wrap it up whenever I'm done using it, so I don't have the cable lying about, unless it's like a day-to-day thing, but I usually clean up my game room quite often, and if I'm not playing the Xbox, I detach it and then put it away. But if you guys have seen my recent video, you do know this isn't how I normally keep my G7 SE, but I decided to go back to its original just to show you, hey, this is how it still looks after a year. Remember, you can take off the faceplates, you can update your sticks and all that other good stuff, and as you can see, it still holds up. There's a little bit of dust from me using it because this has been pretty much my go-to. Yes, there have been other controllers that I have picked up, such as the Snakebite Base X. I have the Gamesir Collide Flux, and the 8-Bit Do Ultimate C. So I do have all those. All of those have Hall effect sticks. But this one was able to update via your PC to 1000 Hertz. Now, all the new models will be coming out. The G7 HE, from what I read, is going to be 1000 Hertz, no update required. We'll see. It goes on sale, if I'm not mistaken. I think it said the 1st of August. So depending on when you're watching this, it might already be available. So this one does have those back paddles, which I've never been too fond of, but I do like the fact that they have locks on the back. So you have back paddle locks, which is very interesting. I've never seen a controller do that up to this point, but if you guys can tell, I had them locked because I don't use back paddles. Microphone mute is at the bottom, which is still really cool. I don't play online too often, and when I do, it's an exoprimal, and I don't do voice chat, so it's not that big of a deal. Now, my only complaint, well, I have a couple complaints after about a year. The sticks, and I've said this in almost every video, as soon as I put the stick toppers on, it absorbed the color of the sticks. The stick toppers were a green, and that's what it's become. I'm not a big fan of that. One thing I will say, after all these months of usage, this trigger right here, I don't know if you can hear it, I doubt it. But one thing I've noticed is there's a little squeaky here. This one does not have the squeaky. When you press down, I don't think you can hear it over the camera. Don't know how well that translates over the camera. Yeah, that's been my only real issue. This and that. Those are my only complaints. Otherwise, this controller has been phenomenal. I do like the fact that you can buy faceplates. This is the only one they had on Amazon available. I know you can buy more on their website if you go to Gamesir, and I actually upgraded or just customized with metal sticks. Now, one thing people were asking me, hey, do the metal sticks cause any problems with the magnetics in the Hall effects? No, not at all. And do you need to calibrate it? You can run it through the Gamesir app on your Xbox, but there was no need to recalibrate it. It was completely fine when I swapped them out. Same thing every time I swap the sticks, I always check, no issue. And if you do decide you want this, you can always do that. Now, another thing is these faceplates will be swappable on the HE. Again, from what I've seen, you can swap them in and out. I'm actually going to get the black HE so I can put the white on or put this on. So I have multiple options. So that's pretty cool. The thing is, will the HE replace this? I have a feeling it might. Membrane buttons compared to the tactile. It's what they're calling tactile. It's weird when it's just mechanical. It's, yeah, definitions. But they're the mechanical buttons. Am I a big fan of those? Yes and no. If you guys are familiar with controllers such as the Stealth Ultra, there's a lot of controllers out there that have switched to mechanical buttons. Sounds like your mouse click. You're going to see that in a lot of PC controllers. There aren't too many right now for the Xbox, but they've apparently slowly been trickling out, and Gamesir's the next one to jump on board with that. But with that being said, is this still worth purchasing? Yes, very much so. I'm hoping that this will go on sale or drop in price when the new one comes out officially. This one sits at $44.99, and I think the new one's going to be $49.99. So if you want membrane, you're going to end up paying less. If you want mechanical, you're going to end up paying more. A lot of people who just want a good Hall effect controller for the Xbox, and honestly, I prefer wired, and I know a lot of people do because of latency. There are some people that just can't get past the fact that it is wired. They have, some kind of weird hang up about it. But hey, I prefer having a wired controller. Now, we do know that Microsoft is licensing their wireless technology to different companies. PowerA was the first one to get it. Other companies are supposedly getting it as well. So we might see companies like Gamesir ended up with a wireless controller with all these great features in the future. But that's just speculation. So as of right now, I still think this is a fantastic purchase. Whether you get it on Amazon on sale, whether you buy it straight from Gamesir at regular price, or if you buy it on Amazon or whatever site you're buying from, $44.99 US, I think is a fantastic price for a solid top tier wired controller. And this one is just simply phenomenal. I really do like it. I like the customization options, and I like the fact that it is upgradable and you can update it through the Xbox app. No problem. Just download it. The Xbox Gamesir app. Let me rephrase that. So I think this is a fantastic controller. 1 year in, still good, still going strong, no problems, except for that and a little. Yeah, I don't think you can hear it. I can hear it. It's very faint. When I have the game on and there's sound, I don't notice it. But I did notice it when I was just sitting here just testing it out, seeing if there were any issues just looking at it. And I noticed it's gotten squeaky. So that's about it. Hopefully this answers your question. Hopefully this 1 year review serves you well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Make sure you turn that bell on for notifications so you know when I get any new controllers or any new games or any new news, because that happens. As well as new episodes of Ready to Start podcast every Thursday night, 9 p.m.-ish Eastern. Such a great time. Such a great time. You'll have fun. Come join us. But now you know I will be getting the G7 HE as well. I'll be reviewing that. Thank you guys so much. Again, God bless you all. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.